Hello, welcome, it's Lone Gamer UK here, back for some more Cold Waters. 84 campaign with the UK HMS Trafalgar. So we're still trying to complete the campaign, the Trafalgar campaign. I'm still running the old beta and the slightly older mod until we finish this campaign. So let's load up where we were and check our mission. Right, so we are in the North Atlantic just. We just had some engagement with subs, so our current mission now is to find some tankers and tenders. So they're leaving Murmansk and they're going for the Greenland Sea. So we'll check our weapon loadout. We're good. Good for a mission or two. What we can do as well is actually is just check our summary. So yeah, we've done 9 missions. So we're looking for our 10th successful mission. 371,000 tons, 54 ships sunk, 2 capitals, and we've got 5 medals. Lots of I was going to say silverware, but most of it's bronze or gold, I imagine. Okay, so that's the state of affairs. So let's get on station and try and find some tankers and tenders. Okay, we're going to the Greenland Sea, up north. They're travelling from Murmansk, which is just here on the north coast. Oh. Ships ahoy. Campaign storyline notification. Ground gained in West Germany. So large parts of West Germany are now back in NATO hands. There's a strong push by Allied troop forces. Soviet army increasingly into retreat. Didn't read that right. Pushed by Allied troop forces, the Soviet army is increasingly into retreat. Bitter fighting around Frankfurt and the Rhine-Main area is said to have caused particularly high casualties, and civilians are hindered to leave when NATO forces draw near. The United States UN ambassador addressed the Soviet Union in the General Assembly, accusing the Warsaw Pact of deliberately using local inhabitants as human shields. The outcome of the war is still an open question on both sides. Struggle to gain the initiative. Battle of the Atlantic is currently unresolved as both NATO and Soviet task force groups, considerable strength, keep each other tied up in a state of mutual area denial. Okay. So I'm hoping this could be our mission here. Okay, so we're close to 10,000 yards. We've checked our weapons. So, man battle stations.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Hey Oddball. How you doing? So, Greenland Sea, let's have a look. Where's
sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 049. Con sonar new contact bearing 045, designated Sierra 2.
We'll see how many
Con
contacts
sonar
we got.
new contact bearing 042, designated Sierra 3.
It should be a minimum of 3.
Con sonar new contact bearing 053, designated Sierra 4.
Any more? Any more? Any more takers? Okay, let's try and find out what these are, see if it is our mission. Let's have a look. So let's have a look at Sierra 4 first. So tankers and tenders, right? That looks like a Sverdlov heavy cruiser, I think. Okay.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as capital ship.
Fire everything, yeah. I will. I'm certainly gonna fire. Oh, what's that? Is that a cash-in? Looks like a cash-in. Smells like a cash-in. Looks like a cash-in.
Is classified as escort.
So does that. Maybe this isn't
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Yes, that's the tender. I would like to confirm it. There's a tender in this game if it is our mission. That's a Dubner, so it could be. Okay.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
Okay, helm, come left to course 360. Left eye, 30 degree, left rudder. Sea state's good. We've got a fairly quiet sea, 88 decibels. Weak layer at 243 feet, lots of depth. Now some of these might disappear as we lose them off the towed array. And we'll see. Yep, hi in. Yeah, I thought it was you. Is your chat coming up on your Twitch screen? I have got I haven't started running Streamlabs, that's probably why it's not. Give me a sec. Sound will go quiet. I need to run the Streamlabs to get it all to work, which I often forget to do. So I'll do my Twitch so that basically the text and the donations and followers and stuff all should come up on the screen. So in a minute, Ian, you can you should be able to see your chat come up on screen on the video feed, that is. Not sure if you're following me. I think you might be already, but if you're not, if you click follow, you should get a graphic for that as well. Right, so we're coming to course 360. They're starting to move away from us, some of them. I think they're moving generally in the west, northwest. So, course 10. Helm, check your radar. Okay, course 360. Okay, they're all still on the we've got a good sea state, to be honest. What was my depth? 600 feet. Okay, what's the solution? So Sierra 2 51%, cash in 61%, that's just 12,500 yards. Sverdlov is going to be a problem. I need to take him out. This Dubner's going to run. Okay, let's get the torpedoes ready. Surface. think those distances are fairly right. Okay, so the text is coming up, is it now on I don't have my video feed up at the moment with the chat up and the OBS. Are you Ian, are you following me on Twitch? I think you are. I think you are. But if you're not, you press the heart button, then you should get a graphic for that. Or in fact, if you want to unfollow me and then refollow me, you should. An annotation should come up. Okay, so we've got the directions now. The Dubner is with them, which I kind of thought it would be. I got 95% on the Dubner. Okay, let's fire everything, as they say. I'm going to do right-hand launches here, just to not stress the wire. Yeah, there should be a sound and a graphic that come up when you follow. I've got it all turned on properly. I think I have, but maybe, I don't know, maybe because you already were, it doesn't sort of count unfollow and refollow. Okay, right, so torpedo tube 1. Tube 1 target Sierra 4 capital ship, bearing 047, range 13,000 yards, 14,000 yards. Range to enable 10,000 yards. Shoot on the bearing 045, fire tube 1.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 1.
Tube 2. Contact Sierra 2, cash in. Bearing 029, 033, range 10,000 yards. This is probably going to drive towards me, so range to enable 5,000 yards. Shoot down the bearing, fire tube 2.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 2.
I've lost the signal of the third one, but I will fire that anyway. Target Sierra 3, location unknown, fire in the direction of bearing 024, range to enable 9,000 yards. Fire tube 3.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 4.
I need to get one ready to fire at the Dubner. Fire tube 5, to be honest. I will do actually, because he's going to run. I think he's going to run probably north. Fire tube 4, bearing 034, range to enable 13,000 yards.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 5.
I'm assuming he will have moved by the time the torpedo gets there. Okay. Have a look.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I haven't come across much of these. It's a bit like a Kutuzov or something in World of Warships. We got four triple guns, heavy cruiser. It doesn't have helicopters, but it does have some mean. It's got CIWS. Okay, it's got no. I thought it might have had bombs and stuff on it, but no. Okay. What is this torpedo doing? Tube 2, behave yourself. I arranged. I enabled that sooner because of the. Just went into a 360 search there. Let's just check my. Ranges. Those ranges are wrong because they were all about 10 to 12,000 yards, and I expect the cash-in and the cruisers are all heading in that direction. So that one's going for the Dubner that's running. I will leave that over there. This one is for the capital ship. Right, he's locked on the cash-in. Was that its original target? I'm not sure. I think there were 2 cash-ins, weren't there? Thought 2's was going AWOL, but it was another. Can't remember what the target's now. Was it two cash-ins and the heavy cruiser? Certainly 1 cash-in. I can't remember what. Yeah, I think it was 2 cash-ins. So okay. No, don't go for the same target. Torpedo 1. Let's have a look at torpedo 2. It's about I'm going to miss it.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 026. Contact breaking up.
Okay. Okay, they've come up again, but they're not in those distances, but I'm not sure that Dubner's where it says it is, and it isn't actually picking up the Sverdlov. To be honest, I don't mind hitting S1 because that is my mission target, but because I can torpedo 1 or 5. So torpedo 4 hasn't got a target to lock. It's aimed for that cash-in S3, so that's what it originally was going to do. Let's see what this guy's saying. The Dubner's there, but it's not. It's in front, but it could be the Sverdlov it's locked onto, although that bearing is now slightly to the right, so it might get the Dubner. They're all actually quite close, I think.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 042. Contact
Okay,
breaking
it
up.
did hit the Dubner, which is okay. He didn't get away. So what we'll do is we'll enable this past the wreck, which could be dangerous because we're not quite sure where the Vedlov is, but he's on that bearing, but I think he's pretty close. Just do it just about there. That one can go off.
Noisemaker bearing 028.
He's a lot closer. Steer this back. Yeah, these spearfish are very good. Very long run times. Where did he go? I missed him. Happens when you haven't got a... Right, I'll just let it do its thing since I don't have a 3D model up. He's close. I don't want to turn these active because if I do and he drops noisemakers, it's likely to go for the wreck or wrecks that are nearby.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 027. Contact breaking up.
Yeah, I must say, from playing both a little bit, I do prefer the spearfish than the adcaps. They behave a bit better for me. Ooh, what's my other top doing? Where did he go? Oh shit, did I lose him on a wreck? It's gone, it's gone. I have no torps. What happened to my other torp? Damn, I didn't see that. It just went off. Okay. Wasted a torp. Probably hit the wreck. Okay, torpedo tube 3. Contact is Sverdlov. Bearing 051. Estimated range probably about 12,000 yards. Range to enable 9,000 yards. Fire tube 3.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 3.
He's probably... I mean, originally he was in front of that Dubner, so I wasn't watching what happened and when active. I mean, he could be running, he could be further out, but I'll concentrate on this torpedo now. We know he's on that bearing. Let's say 57%, 33. I mean, if he ran...
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
If he ran straight away at full speed, I mean, he's doing 32 knots. He could have got out to 25,000 yards, I guess. We shall see. Let me just double check I've got no helos. Shouldn't have because it doesn't have helos. Right, I'm gonna speed up time a little bit until...
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Okay. He is running, so you know what, I'm going to do that just to be on the safe side. And then...
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Run that on. I'll probably run this torpedo active. I'm not sure whether I'll get him, to be honest. Torpedo is faster, but he's fast as well, 32 knots. If he's back here in real distance, but if he's really at 42,000 yards, I'm not sure. We will get him, although he's not mission critical. Right, I'm going to put him active. See if that range updates. At the moment it's got them at 48,000. Let's just get him on the bearing. Hello Marcus. UK Marcus, in fact. Trying to kill a capital ship at the moment. He's running like a... I'm hoping one torpedo will be able to kill it. Especially if he's out that far. Certainly should slow him down. I could run him down, I guess, if his speed gets killed by this. I think he is actually this far out. What a chicken, man. I mean, he's meant to be an escort for these Dubner and Cashins, and he just hightails it out of there in the opposite direction, leaving the rest to die. Good capital ship. I could do, but I'll lose the wire. So what I will do though, I will change course and speed up to 10 knots. So helm come right to course 056. Increase speed.
Ahead 2/3, helm aye.
Yeah, I mean the way I play this game, even in the hard, I mean this is elite settings, but it's not the new beta because I want to get this campaign finished. But is at all costs I try and keep the wires. All hell breaks loose if you lose the wires. I don't even I mean, a lot of people I've seen playing this game will fire their torpedoes and then go straight into evasion maneuvers. They'll cut the wires, they'll dive or whatever, and they end up getting shot by their own torpedoes that go active, come back on them. Maybe it's just the way the game mechanics are, but I'll usually fire, stay absolutely silent and still, and keep the wires and kill what I want to kill. Well, I do actually have UGMs. Won't load in there. They fire out of the torpedo on this. I've got 6 UGMs. We might have had the UGMs back in. I mean, this boat came out in '83 in active service, so we might have had them back then, but I know we don't now. But ooh, he's just changed depth there. You see a noisemaker. See, look, that distance has just totally changed now, hasn't it? There he is. So he wasn't as far. He's 32,000 yards, not 50, 60. I mean, he is running. Quite like this ship actually. Let me take a picture of this because I'm not. It's a bit dark, but don't get to see many of these. So he was running, but he wasn't as far as. It's all cool bananas. Here he is. Get him. Yeah, it's a heavy cruiser, and I thought it looked a bit like the Kutuzov in World of Warships or something similar, because it's a CL. It's a heavy cruiser for the Russians. It's how many tons is
Con
it?
sonar regained contact on Sierra 4 bearing 056.
16,640 tons. And the Kara is only just under 10,000 tons. That's the one with the 2 helicopters on. This is... yeah, looks quite nice. Got quite a lot of... Gonna get a torpedo up its rear end now though. Oh no, it didn't kill him. Or did it? Is he gonna sink? Reload. Watch his speed, so his speed's coming right down. So it should do, shooting him right in the propellers. Nothing should be working there. We'll just see whether he goes dead in the water or starts sinking, but I think I'm going to have to shoot him with another one. Yeah.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4, last
Right.
bearing 0, 5, 7. Contact faded.
Oh shit, I'm still turning. What's my heading? Captain, shoot the helm. What are we doing? God, I went round right in a circle. I kept the wire. Amazing. Okay. I wanted course 5-6, so steady the helm.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Okay.
Ahead, standard, helm, aye.
I think I can.
Ahead, full, helm, aye.
I mean, famous last words. I've got no helos, so don't really need to get that much close. What was about 32,000 yards when I hit him. I'll probably pick him up again on sonar. Why am I not picking him up? Partly because I went round in a circle. Making a lot of noise when I hit. I should be. Maybe these wrecks are in the way. But without that data, I can't see his speed. Whether he. To be honest, I've never seen whether any of these like repair themselves over time. I don't think they do. So I think if he's dead in the water or going slow, that's a permanent effect. Yeah, Barry. We've got Barry. Barry was actually driving the sub then, in a turn, just going around in circles because nobody told him to straighten up. Barry is the cousin, the UK cousin of the US Larry. Family trait, keeps playing with buttons, messing things up, sitting on torpedoes, doing selfies of him with sailors, sending them back to the shore. Yeah. Well, you know, Barry's a UK driver, so he's used to roundabouts. So I think he just thought he was on the A34 or something roundabout, and just decided to carry on. I think he keeps looking for the indicators, and when he hits for the indicator, keeps cutting the wires. Okay, I'm going to shoot another torpedo, but I will need to slow down. Torpedo is going to be faster than me, really. I won't pick him up at this speed anyway. So okay, helm, make your speed 10 knots.
Ahead 2/3, helm, aye.
Okay, ready tube 1. Target Sierra Force Sverdlov heavy cruiser bearing 057, range 32,000 yards, range to enable 22,000 yards.
Con, torpedo room, firing 2-1.
Damn. I meant to get a picture a bit earlier with the torpedo leaving the ship, would have been nice. Next time. Yep. I'm not even sure if I'm running the bot on this. Try posting it, Ian. I think it will allow it. I don't have any mods here. If I get more people on the channel and people start spamming porn and that, I might need to get some mods and I have got Nightbot. I don't know if I've. Oh no, Nightbot is on. It's working. Let me just see. I don't think I've set up a command. Don't know if it's part of a. Yeah, I haven't set it up. I've got to set up some permission controls. I think that's part of Nightbot's automatic stuff, is take out links. Nightbot's going into rage mode. Making bacon. If you want, Ian, you could probably post that link in the comments. Just say, here's the link to the. I'll have a look at it in a little bit. I mean, I could look it up while I'm in the feed, but it cuts the audio a bit when I go to other web pages. So just stick it in the comments for now. I'll have a look at setting up some permission commands, because you certainly can post links if I give you permission, but I haven't set up a command to instruct it to do that. So. Right, let's just speed this up a bit, and then we know where he is. I'll put it active when it gets past this wreck. When it goes active, we should get updated data. Let's just hope he's not fixed himself and running at a high speed. Okay. If he's dead in the water, he should be about where that signal dropped off, but I think he was still moving. Probably at 10 or 12 knots. I think it was about 16 when I last looked. So he could have moved on a fair bit. Hasn't picked him up yet, so he must have moved on. Just run this on a bit. now it's picked him up. Still don't have him as a contact. Got a graphic there. Pretty much where he was before, so he might be dead in the water. Still can't click on it or go and look at him. Not picking him up as a... That weapon's got weapons data now, so it should reacquire that contact and allow me to click on it, but it's not doing it. Oh well. Still making smoke, but it kind of looks like he's not moving to me. In fact, he's... I say, it almost looked like he was sinking there with the bow. It's just the way the waves rocking up and back. Yeah, like his propellers are stationary. Dead in the water. Okay.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4 last bearing 057.
Okay.
Contact.
Bye bye,
breaking up.
capital ship. Nice looking at you. We've had plenty of time to get all the sailors off into the dinghy, so minimum loss of life there, I think. Is he gonna do a Titanic? Straight up. No, maybe. Must say the sinkings on this are so much better than the ones in World of Warships. You should use these in World of Warships. Ships going vertical and stuff like that. There he goes. Okay, so hopefully that was the tankers and tenders, because we did kill a Dubner. So. Let's just check where Barry's driving this damn thing. Okay. Straight line. Just reload. I love it when helos are not
Con,
chasing
torpedo
me.
room, tube 1 ready.
Makes it so easy. That's the thing I hate the most in this game, is not being able to get out of engagements when you got helo. Even when, you know, if it's right above you trying to look for you, fair enough, but when it's miles away, you still can't get away. Pain in the backside. Okay, so yep. Leave combat. Crevac. Really? They were Crevacs? Okay. Need to have some drinks there, I think, for misidentification. Dubner and the Sverdlov. We got that right. Okay. Good to hear you intercepted and destroyed the enemy replenishment resources. Keep up the good work. Further orders to be transmitted on this downlink. That's great. So it was our mission. Oh, wow. Okay. Legion of Merit. This is our 6th medal. The final, I think there are only 6 medals. I won't read all that out again. I do that most of the times. I think people have seen them enough times now. But Legion of Merit medal, quite fancy. I don't know, but I'm presuming these graphics of the medals are fairly accurate to the real ones. I'll have to look them up sometime, but I imagine they're not far off, unless they've had some copyright issues and they've had to change them for the game. Okay, so got an update. Navy moves in. NATO warships and submarines have taken up several new strategic positions, including some around the Greenland Sea, in response to significantly reduced Soviet naval activity. Sources close to the Pentagon say the war is taking a heavy toll on enemy naval operations and that their supply lines continue to be heavily strained. Good, and that's a pretty old picture there. They don't know. Some of these pictures are quite interesting because they're real. I mean, this is obviously a helicopter carrier. Looks like more 50s and 60s to me than 84. A lot of these pictures, I think, are more 60s for like the 68 campaign. That's probably the old American class helo carrier before ones in the 80s. So whatever they had sort of in the 50s, 60s, probably up into the late 70s. Interesting. You can't increase the picture size there, but have to look that up. Okay, so we'll move on. We'll continue. So that was mission 10. I'll look at summary in a sec, put a save in, but we'll go on and do mission 11. I'm going to try and get this campaign done in the next day or two, so we can update the game. So intel believes enemy cruise missile submarines, so SSGNs, are conducting successful operations against NATO convoys in the North Atlantic. They'll try to, okay, so I need to go to the GUI UK GAP and return to port for repairs and rearming. They're trying to get back to port. Okay, so let's just check our weapons. Yeah, we've got enough for this mission. We can rearm afterwards. Often when I go into base to rearm, you fail a mission. So continue on course. We'll put a save in. Be on the safe side, and we'll look at summary. So we did our 10th mission. We're up to 406,000 tons, and we got 3 capital ships. That capital ship was quite nice, actually. 15,000 tons is quite a lot. That's up there with the Moskva and stuff in tonnage. We got our 6 medals. Cool. Okay. Strangely enough, that ship fleet didn't disappear on the map even though I destroyed it. We'll come back to the... Now I always thought the gap was here, but it's the Greenland Iceland, so it's up here. Last time I did that, I went south and I missed the fleet. And then I wasn't able to catch up with them. So SSGNs or AG and SSGN. So we're looking for some subs. Oh man, really? That's him down there. No, we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him. I suppose the gap is really a new contact. There's nothing on the map. We're 23 knots. I was going to try and get out of this combat because I don't think it's our target, but considering where we were on the map, it could be. Okay, let's kill it anyway.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We're deep sea conditions, 81, very quiet, no layer, so we probably know where we are running in at 23 knots.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 130, designated Sierra 2.
Okay, I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to snapshot Sierra 1. Shoot on the bearing.
Con, sonar, new
114.
contact bearing 122. Designated Sierra 3.
Sierra 3. Oh no. Is this a surface fleet?
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 1.
Do some snapshots.
Con, sonar, Sierra. Con, sonar, Sierra 3 is cavitating.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 3.
So 3 snapshots down the bearings. Not even sure these are subs or surface ships, to be honest. Be nice if this was our mission by... It does look like subs. Not a Victor 3. Looks like it's a Victor 2. Maybe. And then the Victors and the Charlies are very close. Victor 2, I think.
Con, sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Well, looks like a Victor 3.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
That's a November.
Con, sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
I mean, if one of them is a Charlie, it still could be our mission. Yeah, it'd be bad news if they were NATO subs. Subs! Snapshot! Oh Christ! I've
Con,
just destroyed
sonar,
the NATO.
Sierra 3 is cavitating.
Oh well. All extra tonnage, as they say. I'm not even sure I've identified those right, because those Victors can easily be Charlies, but they look more like Victors to me, so we'll soon find out. UK Marcus, are you following me on Twitch? If you're not, can you try following me and see if the graphics and the sound comes up? Because I tried to get Ian to do it earlier and it didn't work, so I thought I had it all set up. I've got Streamlabs running now, so it should work. We've got the text coming up, but unless you're already following me, which you might be, so oh Christ, now the other torpedo's going for the... That Victor and November are close together. Oh, I've not seen a noisemaker, so I don't know where he went. There's the noisemaker. So getting back on track. I moved 2 by mistake now. Going for the November. Here he is.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 1, 0, 2, contact breaking up.
November's just... Yeah. I mean, I think the Victor's probably more here, just below the November. They're all quite close. I don't think this is my mission. Let me just bring up my Streamlabs web page. Oh shit, what's Torpedo 2 doing now? There's the November. Really? It's right in front of him and he still wants to... The torpedo still wants to turn. You are crazy, Mr. Torpedo. There we go.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 1, 2, 1.
No, he's losing the plot now because of the noisemaker.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last
the
bearing
November
1,
one.
1, 1, contact breaking up. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 1, 2, 1. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 1, 2, 1, contact breaking up.
Splash 3.
Passing 600 feet.
While you watch the destruction, let me just check my Twitch. Testing some of it last night, it was working then. It's just a test. Yeah, if you follow and stuff, you should get that image of the. I'll test it again to see. But, yeah. The guys with the mortar. Why that wasn't working? I mean, it tests fine. I'm not sure why the.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know, it's weird. The tests are working, Streamline's working, so why it wasn't doing it? Not sure. I'll have to work that one out. Unless it's something to do with I activated the Streamlabs after some of you were already in the channel and joined but tips and donations, follows, chat, and that should all come up on the screen. I mean, one of you could try and unfollow, close Twitch down, go back
Passing
in,
500 feet.
join again, and then refollow, see if that works. But if it doesn't, it's I don't know, maybe it's just having an off day. But never mind, we'll work it out later. But I've had those running for a while, but I often forget to start Streamlabs, and if Streamlabs isn't running, then those annotations don't work. I mean, people can still follow and people can still donate and stuff, but you don't get the stuff on the screen unless Streamlabs is active and running in the background. So let's reload those torpedoes.
Passing 400 feet.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready. Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Okay, let's leave the combat and find out what they were. One of them was a Charlie, so that might have been our mission. You never know. You know, it didn't come up on the map because the Charlie is an SSGN, I believe. Although I'm not sure you got Charlies 1, 2, and 3, haven't you? So anyway, let's have a look. 3 subs sunk. Very pleased to see you dealt with those subs. So it was. Hey, woohoo! Lucky mission 11. Okay, well, we're on a roll. I might do another mission. Make this a slightly extra long video. Let's see what the Bruskies make of that one. Walls driven off. Because that sub that appeared further down, I thought that was them, and I thought, oh no, I've missed it. Then we ran into them anyway. Fair enough. So incidents involving attacks on transatlantic convoys by hostile submarines in and around Archangelsk have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggests increased NATO submarine operations in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has denied such claims. We've got another old picture there. Yeah, it's probably one of the Dubners or something, maybe. Do like some of these old photos. Very nice. Okay. So that was mission 10, mission 11. So mission 13, Spetsnaz Commandos, Torshaven in the Faroe Islands. Ah, no, Faroe Islands. That's where the heck are they? Off the north coast. I don't think we're too far away from that. So, okay, have we got enough weapons? 4, 5, 7 torpedoes. Yeah, one tigerfish. Bring it along for good luck. Okay, and we got all these load. We're fine. We're fine. So Torshaven, I'll put a save in. A quick look at our summary. A little bit of extra tonnage, 422, 61 ships, okay. Oh shit, maybe it's those guys here. They're off Torshaven. But they're not there. Won't let me engage with them. It's weird. It's almost like that graphics was up there. That was our mission. And this is a bug and he's not actually there because it's not. Thing is, I don't know what direction they're coming from. Let me just double check. Did it say where they were coming from? Will land from a submarine in the vicinity of Torshaven. No, it doesn't say they're coming from Murmansk or wherever, so that's weird. That, I mean, that's not moving, or that's just a bug, isn't it? Could be these guys. Kind of thinking it's going to come from the east. Can't imagine anything from Leningrad, and so this would be so patrolled and so that nothing could move here. Oh shit! There they are. That wouldn't let me engage either. What is going on? This is a bit bugged out. If I fail this, I think I'm going to go back and reload it because that's a bug. And twice now I've gone to engage subs. Come on. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna just quit this a sec. I did put a save in, didn't I? Whoops, I didn't mean to stop the game. Apologies. Give me a sec. I think that looked bugged to me because that other ship wasn't moving. And every time I was on a sub, it never engaged a battle. We'll just see if reloading. Right, so he's gone now. Let's just hope that clears it if there was a bug. Yeah, I think that was bugged. I mean, that one that stuck down there was definitely a bug. And then I couldn't get engagement, so I think it's good now because that's gone. So whatever bug there was is cleared. Just need to hang around here now. There's a sub there. Goes the mobile phone. Okay, I think this is my customer. Okay, now it gets an engagement. Yep. So for whatever reason wasn't working before, but close to 10,000 yards. Battle stations, 5 knots, 50 feet. Okay, so there's a layer at 232 feet. Now, from experience, usually Spetsnaz are 500-600 feet. I'll just see if anything comes up on the sonar here. You just check where. It's weird because he's already there. If there's a new contact, it would call it out. But okay, I have got him. Okay, let's have a look. Now again, most of these usually have 2 subs, and usually quite old ones like Foxtrots and stuff. So it's not a great signal. Yeah. Could be a Sierra. I think it's a Victor. It's a Victor 2. Usually they're quite old subs. Every time I've done these missions with commandos, they're usually like Victors and Novembers. I will... Yeah. The voice is working, they're not calling out the sonar, are they?
Ahead 2/3, helm aye. Ahead 1/3, helm aye.
For some reason I wasn't calling out the sonar contact, so we've got that one. That one's not that far, he's not as far out as that, but I've got a slightly better signal there. Do like a whiskey. I think that's a whiskey. I think these are very old subs.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
I'm going to classify this guy as a Victor 2. I'm going to put him
Con
out.
sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, torpedo tube 1. Target is Whiskey. Bearing 353, range 14,000 yards. Estimated range, probably about 10,000 yards. Range to enable 5,000 yards. Fire tube 1.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 1.
I'll just do these one at a time because the distances and how close they are to each other is probably not well known at the moment. I've got to take the photo from it launching, but okay, so we've got his direction of travel now. So right to left. If he's a Victor 2, he'll look a bit like that. Well, I've got him as, but he's quite close. 7,000–8,000 yards. Being 5 knot, I don't think he even knows the torpedo's coming.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is cavitating.
Just increase his speed from 5 to 6. Knows it's coming now. 13 knots. 19 knots. That's probably max speed. No, there we go. 22. Okay. he's locked on. He's gone deep. 700 feet. Whiskey's the troop carrier, is he? Yeah. And the Victor's playing Protector, I imagine. Is that homing on the Whiskey now? So the Victor, it was the Victor just in a dead straight line to the Whiskey. Kind of think this has moved on to a different target. Thing is, they're on the same bearing pretty much, so me. Because it dove down to 700 feet when it locked on the Victor first, and then, but he didn't.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 342.
No, it is the Victor. He was deep, then he went shallow. There he is, get him.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 340. Contact breaking up.
Got oil slick there. Okay, so let's take out the Whiskey. Let's come left to course 360. Wreck is going to get in the way a little bit. We'll do a straight shot. Let's make our depth 250. We'll speed up a little bit and we'll go below the layer. He's heading towards us.
Ahead 2/3. Hell am I.
Passing 100 feet.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 343. Contact faded.
Probably because of the layer and the fact I'm head on at the moment with my sonar pointing at the seabed. Towed array out back. I wonder if they're gonna. They didn't.
Passing 200 feet.
They didn't in the beta model the towed array. It'd be nice if we could get a 3D towed array. Even the not Cold War. What was the game? Had the towed array in it. Okay, we've gone a bit deeper than 250, but we'll level off about 300.
Passing 300 feet.
dangerous waters is what I'm thinking of. So in dangerous waters, the 688s and stuff had a 3D model towed array, and the graphics were pretty average at the time, but they had a few more things modelled in that game. I'd like to see this game become a little bit more like Dangerous Waters in some of the stuff that had, but with, you know, these kind of graphics and gameplay. He's hiding right behind that wreck. Let's come left to course 340 because that's kind of where he is. And we'll just shoot down the bearing. 345, 344, 343, 42, 41. Go level the boat. Okay, ready on torpedo tube 2. Bearing 333, range 10,500 yards. It's probably at 11. Range to enable 8,000 yards. Our tube 2.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 2.
Damn, forgot to take a picture again. I need to do the launch on the map and never mind. So, Whiskey, I think you and the Spetsnaz commandos are going to the bottom of the seabed. Yeah, Dangerous Waters, you know, had a few more aircraft in it, had the NATO ships modelled, the missions, towed arrays. You know, it had quite a lot of bugs in it as well, and you know, its graphics were pretty choppy, but a little bit of that put into this would be, which is maybe the way they're going, because of, you know, they have announced that they're doing a proper Russian campaign with NATO ships in it when they get to do that. You know, the icebergs and under the ice is all pretty. I mean, I would like to see the seabed be modelled with canyons and peaks and troughs to make it not flat, because it's not flat in real life. So, you know, when you're getting down that deep, it would be nice to have to avoid now. You could have a sort of unrealistic setting where you just steer by visual here, because you can see the hills and the mountains and steer your subs, but in battle and stuff that would still be pretty awesome. And you could have a more realistic mod where you'd have another tab which would be like sort of like forward-looking sonars and radars that are doing topographical sort of information, and you know, you could be a mod, or it could be a setting where you can't see outside, and you've got to steer by your that information only, which would be super hard. But you know, I thought I saw the sub somewhere. Let's just run this on, so when it goes into search. Okay, and I'm going to assume he's probably carried on the course he was on, about there, but we're not sure whether he did carry on that course. Could go active, I guess. Let's do that since we don't have him. Hopefully. Where are you, Whiskey Whiskey? There you are. He's locked on. It's not the wreck, so... Yeah, I guess, Marcus, that if you had some busy... I mean, I don't know, I suppose out of the, you know, the big sea missions, North Atlantic, you wouldn't get that much traffic, but some of the ones that are close to the ports and that would... I mean, I think in the game the largest fleet you get is about 9 ships, but with the mods they've now, I think you can get 11 or maybe 13 ships in some of the missions with the mods. So they've increased.
Torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
And certainly the mods could, you know, probably increase that an awful lot, where you've got, you know, looking for one submarine amongst 20 merchants or something, trying to sub
Con
hunt.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 333.
You drop that noisemaker a long way out. Just going to steer around that. Torpedo will do that automatically. This guy's going to the bottom.
Con sonar, lost contact.
And he's just going straight down. Kind of doesn't look that fast, but he is dropping an awful lot of depth very quickly there. I like these after explosions and stuff. They're good. Some of the ships you see sinking down, and then, you know, multiple explosions still going off as they go underwater. That's very cool. Yep, they keep sending the forces out, the commandos, keep losing them. You'd think they'd just say, well, this war isn't going so well, we give up, but no. I don't know how deep this water is. Shall we, I've had this ship, I don't think it's that deep actually. 30° down on the plains. I've had the Trafalgar down to over 1700 feet. The Astute and stuff I've had over 1900 feet, and I think they go well above 2000 in the game, but...
Passing 400 feet.
To be honest, this isn't deep enough here, is it? It's only going to be about... I think it'll be about 1,000 foot deep here, where I am.
Passing 500 feet.
Yeah, this isn't deep enough here to test it. I was going to see if I could get over 1700 feet.
Passing 600 feet.
Looks about 1200 feet deep here.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 800 feet. Passing 900 feet. Passing 1,000 feet.
Yeah, about 1200 feet deep. So I can't do the test here, but well, I think 1716 was the deepest I've had the Trafalgar so far. So I'd like to see if it can go a bit deeper than that. Need to do that in the Atlantic missions though to test it. I mean, they start flashing red at the test depths before that, but
Passing 1,000 feet.
you do get They can go 30 to 40% beyond that red zone on some of these subs. Okay, so mission 13. Hopefully it was our mission, the Whiskey and the Victor. Yep, commandos killed. Pentagon today revealed that several Soviet submarines attempting an incursion near Torshavn Faroe Islands have been destroyed or driven off by coordinated efforts of NATO service vessels, submarines and aircraft. Aircraft? Really? I never saw any. It's all me. The continued cooperation of NATO members was cited as pivotal to the successful outcome of this operation. Aircraft, really. No medals, nothing there, but I think we've got all the medals that we can. The wolf pack of enemy cruise missile submarines will attempt to break out into the North Atlantic. Oh, have I got enough torpedoes? I do. This one's very easy. Now, I've had this mission, I don't know if they will be exactly the same place, but they were in that stretch of land between Greenland and Iceland, and I missed them earlier on in this campaign. Enemy cruise missile to break out into the North Atlantic. Might be able to test our depth there. I was going to stop there after 3 successful missions, but I think I might have a crack at this one. See if we can kill these guys and then do some depth tests without killing ourselves, of course. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got enough weapons for this. Okay, let's put a save in. So I think they're going to be up here in this Denmark Strait bit here. So 431,000 tons, 63 ships, missions accomplished 12. Oh, 12. I thought that was mission 13. And 11. Maybe not. They want to break out, so campaign story. Allied forces free West Germany. War correspondents in West Germany send pictures of cheering crowds as the NATO offensive drives the invading Warsaw Pact forces out. Scenes reminiscent of the Allied liberations of World War II brings hope for Europe. What's that? Is that an Abrams 1 or something? Bit hard to tell, these pictures are a bit small. Okay. But I'm just going to check my brief. It doesn't actually say GUI gap, or so I could be in the wrong place here. Could be these guys. Oh, now they're up there. Quick. Okay, go for it. There's obviously 2 fleets out there, so I might have to get them both. We're only 50 feet. There's a strong thermal layer. Have a look. We're 81 decibels, can't see. Pretty sure they're below. Seabed rises. Let's see what sonar's picking up. So these are SSGNs again. This is Wolfpack, so it could be a mix. Charlie 2. Here we go.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
He could be above the layer, maybe, so I'm picking him up. I don't know. Yes, does say. And the other one's probably below the layer if he's. And I've got a thing here on the map, a band in front of my submarine. There's some higher seabed floor, so I'm in deeper water where I am, but it rises up quite a bit, I think. Okay, come right to 350. We'll just come right a little bit, just a smidge. See, this is the weather for engaging surface fleets. It's like, look at it, lovely, glorious, sunny day. But no, it's submarines. Right, so he's sort of moving away from me, I think, so I don't think he's going to get any closer. Sometimes we'll pick up a second contact when I fire a torpedo, so keep a medium depth. So torpedo tube 1. Target Sierra 1 Charlie 2, bearing 032. Fire on the bearing 023. Range 20,000 yards. Range to enable 9,800 yards. Fire tube 1.
Con, torpedo room, firing 2-1.
Done it again. Keep forgetting. I can do it on the map, can't I? That's what I need to do. I need to do it on the map and then get a screenshot of me launching a torpedo. Have to remind me, guys. Yeah, so I suppose those sea conditions are not particularly great for coming to periscope depth, etc. I'll just spam a load of UGMs at them or something. You just get nice views of the ships and nice pictures and stuff of the ships when the weather's like that. A bit rubbish otherwise. I'm going to run this guy out to his active point. That's the other thing. You can speed up time in the sub matches. It's not a problem. When you got helos, no, just don't go
sonar
there.
lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 030. Contact faded.
See how that seabed is risen. That's a lot shallower than where I am. Okay. He's on that bearing. Should pick him up. Do you think there's another sub out here? I will go below the layer. Check him out. Doesn't help I've lost his position. He can't have moved far from where he was. Range is probably... It's probably a bit more right actually, because he's on this bearing.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1 bearing 029.
There we go. He's not as far out as he's gone deep. Well, unless that's picking up the other sub that I didn't have. Breaking news just flashed up on my phone. Wayne Rooney retires from international football. No surprise there, I guess. I'm going to put it active.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 028.
I think that is a Charlie 2.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1 last bearing 027. Contact breaking up.
Has the Admiral of the 7th Fleet got the sack, Ian? I mean, I know you're probably just joking. I know they've asked for a complete review. I mean, it's been a disaster what's been going on with the specific fleet. 4 incidents in the last 12 months. Maybe 5 if you count another one that happened with a sub off the Washington coast. Now, have I got any more subs out here? I kind of think I do. Yeah. At Charlie, there's a Victor that looks, but the Victor's just a little bit shorter, I think. They're very hard to tell apart unless I see them side by side. Like World of Warships has got, I'd like a free camera movement in this would be nice now. Now I'm looking for wolf packs and GNs. I kind of don't think he's on his own. Let's just see if I try and escape. It will let me leave, but I'm not going to do that because I mean that other sub they could be single. I'm going to try an active ping. Let's go for it.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Well, Marcus, at first I thought that's ridiculous, it's just coincidence, and there's been very little detail about the last 2. I think that might have been the only sub.
Con sonar switching to passive search.
Probably shouldn't talk politics on the stream, but yeah, no, the last 2 crashes with, you know, because soldiers have died.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
They've not said exactly, you know, what's caused it, but I think I heard something yesterday that they're looking at hacking, Chinese hacking some of the ship's systems, which might have caused an issue in the Fitzgerald one, I think. I don't know if that's true. You know, there's not been a lot, but had a feeling there was something about hacking. Now, whether that caused it or, you know, just had systems down that should have been up or anything like that, we'll have to find it. But those Aegis cruisers are basically just big computers on ships. And there was something about certainly that there's been some attacks or hacking attacks on the equipment. So we'll have to see if that plays any part. But I still think at the moment it's more likely that it's still just coincidence, poor training, new budget cuts, people not doing or being where they should be. We'll have to see how it all flushes out. But yeah, it was the fleet commander who got the sack, was it? Well, I know that I think the Fitzgerald one, the commanding officer, and I think maybe some other officers, they got court-martialed, and that they were the ship commanders. But one of our astute, I don't know if you saw a couple months ago, one of our astutes was doing the perisher course down off Gibraltar, and it ran into a tanker, and it did about 20-30 million pounds worth of damage to the sail. So you can't see my mouse pointer here, but the damage was done to the top left corner, the front of the sail, and it was all crushed in because it hit a ship. And I was you can look it up and Google it. I think it was about May or April, and it pulled into Gibraltar for repairs, or initial repairs. And I heard that the commander of this, even though it was a trainee that was at the controls at the time, still the commander of the ship should have made sure safety at all times. And I believe the commander of that astute is being court-martialed, is what I read. Yeah, I think it was Artful. Yeah, but as I say, if you find some articles that have a bit more detail on it, I think they're court-martialing the commander. Basically, you run ships into any, even if it wasn't your fault and it's done by the crew, you basically get court-martialed. It's you know, even the people below you are going to make sure they're all doing their jobs properly, even if they're on a training course. So yeah. Anyway, let's come out of this mission, because it does look like it was the only sub. I ran active there for a while and nothing came up. Excellent job intercepting high priority target, new orders. So I don't know about that being a wolf pack, but convoys protected. Incidents involving attacks on transatlantic convoys by hostile submarines in and around the North Atlantic have been rapidly diminished. Anonymous spokesman suggested increased NATO submarine operations contributing factor. Again, the Pentagon denies everything. Though it still says a Wolfpack enemy attack submarine is believed to be operating in and around area 200 miles north of Iceland, which is Greenland, isn't it? Is there 200 miles between Iceland? Well, I really was going to stop this. I've been playing this mission after mission, but I do want to get this campaign done. But I'm pretty much in that area, aren't I? Let's have a look at the map and save. 200 miles north of Iceland. Okay. Let's just check we have got enough torps. Let's put in a save. So it completed our 13th mission to just sink in that one sub. So I was going to go for this guy because I thought he was part of this wolf pack. But 200 miles north, does it say it's in the North Atlantic or what sea it's in? Just says 200 north of Iceland. All enemy attack submarines in this area. Okay, well we're kind of there, so this guy will probably move in. I was free playing this, I'd try and go and sink these guys, but... Right, here we go. Here's our contact. Man battle stations, 10,000 yards. We're 150 feet. Contact bearing 113. Sierra 1.
Brig ship for ultra quiet.
So let's just check a few things quickly. So we're just below
sonar,
the layer.
new contact bearing 060. Designated Sierra 2.
Sierra 1's right off my left hand bow on that. Have a look what he is. On the way. Again, I think they said they were missile subs, didn't they? Charlie. Charlie 1 seems a bit out, to be honest.
Sonar Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Victor 3, no. There's attack subs, didn't it? So I think that's Victor 2. That
Sonar Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
That looks like a Juliet. SSG. Kilo. No, it's not a Tango, it's not a Foxtrot, it's not a Romeo. Not Sierra, so Juliet, I think.
Sonar Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay. Solutions 39 and 42%. Both about 7,000 yards. It was Ambush, was it? HMS Ambush, okay. Do they all start with an A? You got Artful, Ambush, and I think there's 4 at sea. 3 more to be built. I think another one comes out at the end of this year or early next year. Be the 5th astute. And they're basically retiring the Trafalgars that's still in service as each of the astutes come on board. Artful's the one being commissioned, is it? Yeah, I wish they'd actually have the 3D model of the astute. It's such a good looking sub. I played the Subsims mod with that before this campaign, and the mod that I'm running now is a slightly different version of it, with this sort of the shroud around the propeller, but they're still using the set 3D models in the game, because that's what Killerfish won't allow new 3D models in the game by the mods. Yeah, they are all A. Astute, Artful, Ambush, Audacious, Anson, Argument. Yeah, okay. Kind of makes sense. And then the new Dreadnought class that's going to be a nuclear subs, nuclear missile subs. I think they're laying the keel next year for the first Dreadnought. Probably won't be built until about 2020, 2021, something like that. The first one I think always takes a bit long, and then they'll replace our Vanguards. Okay, so we've got the Juliet at 65%, 7,000 yards. This guy, right? Let's fire at the Juliet first. That's a straight shot. Shoot down the bearing 099, range 7,000 yards, range to enable 4,500 yards. Oh, hang on. I've remembered. bit dark though, isn't it? It's a bit dark. Okay. I can't get rid of the UI because I'll need it to fire the shots. Okay, ready on the camera. Right distance. Like that. Okay, shoot down the bearing 099, 7,000 yards. Range to enable 4,000 yards. Fire tube 1.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 1.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is
A little bit
cavitating.
left. So let's make this a left shot. Sierra 2 is over there. Want daylight conditions for this photography, really. So torpedo tube 2. Sierra 2, bearing 056, range 7,000 yards, range to enable 5,000 yards. Fire tube 2.
Con, torpedo room, firing tube 2.
Okay, torpedoes away. Yep, I think I got the photo. I mean, ideally I'd like it without the UI. I can get rid of it like this, you see, but you need the UI to fire the torpedo with its direction, otherwise it could go anywhere. So if it's a nice picture, but ideally I'd want it in daylight hours to get a bit better lighting, but I'll use some of those screenshots as my thumbnails for the videos. Make it quite nice. Ah, Lee's joined. He's live and I'm there. Yes, we're live. I've been playing for 2 hours. We've done mission 10, we've done a mission 11, we've done 12. We're on 13, maybe 14, I can't remember. No dramas. Fairly easy stuff. I am playing in a bit of an OP sub for these missions, but as Lee saw on one of my previous missions, oh, you're dead. It's particularly helos dropping on you, right? I mean, if helo drops or bombs you right from above, doesn't matter what sub you're in, you're going to die. We did kill a capital Sverdlov earlier, 15,000 tons, which looks a bit like a Kutuzov in World of Warships, like a heavy cruiser. So this looks like this Juliet, if I've got him right, is going to die super quick. Yeah, no worries, Lee. I still feel like saying to you every day, hope you feel better, but I know with what you've got, it's going to take weeks and months, not days. So, but hope you're doing all right today, bud. We're just killing Spetsnaz forces and sinking tankers and torpedo tube 2. Where are you going? Decided to go a little jaunt. Juliet's out here somewhere. Let me put this active. Let's get this mother.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 087.
Kind of does look like a Juliet. Like an old sub. I'm about to hit the Victor at the same time. I wouldn't want to be in that sub. Look at it, man. Like a bucket. Pretty old sub.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1 last bearing 085. Contact breaking up.
Yeah. I did laugh on Jai's video when he had so many holes in his boat. He couldn't kept sinking and had to keep going to the surface and kept messing with compressed time, which was I was sure was going to kill him, but he did manage to survive it. Yes, Mr. Manners, I've been rattling through these missions to try and get the. I'm not sure I'll get the campaign done today. I might play this again. I need to do my next instalment of Superpower 2 today as well.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
I played the Nelson on World of Warships and I've now lost 6 matches in it, no wins. The ship is good. I'm doing good damage. I'm often becoming top or top 3 in the team. Really accurate fire, but the teams I've been in have been dreadful. And we've been nowhere near wins. There was one match that was actually very close. But so far I'm 0-6 in the Nelson, which is not good, so I need to correct that. I see the
sonar lost contact. Sierra.
I see the German aircraft carrier, the Zeppelin's been launched on World Warships today, so I have to have a look at that. See if I can sync it with my Nelson. Just didn't mean to do that. Can't move the camera down. I've missed my picture shot there, really. Okay, that's those 2 dead. Mosses, UGMs. Okay, they're dead. Leave combat. Juliet and Victor 2. Right, 6. That was our mission. Now, rattling through these. All's driven off. Another old picture. I still want to know what sub this is in this picture. Look at that. That looks like a World War II sub. It's not. It's probably late 50s, 60s. But I can't quite work out what that sub is. 397. 397 kind of probably was that American or? I mean, it's in ice. Can't quite make out the name of that ship there. These pictures are small, but that's quite an old sub. I'd love to know what sub that is. Picture. Anyway, the walls are driven off, so that's good. We'll put a save in. Ooh. Now the thing is, important, if you don't have TLAM missiles aboard now, you must return. Well, I can't use. Can I use TLAMs on the Trafalgar? Recent recon overflights indicate Soviets taking a rather lax view of safety rules when storing munitions, creating a perfect target for cruiser missiles armed with submunitions. Such negligence will cost them, and it's you who will see to it that they pay dearly. You are hereby ordered to sail within 100 miles of Archangelisk in order to launch at least 8 TLAM missiles. Great, well we're definitely going to put save in here. I've actually never had the TLAM mission. I never got it in the Astute campaign that I played before. Let's have a look. So I need to put save in. I might miss the mission because I've got to go back, reload, then get all the way to here, Archangelisk, which is right over in the Soviet Union, through the Barents Sea and down. That's going to be a long mission, so I think I'll pick that up in my next video. As soon as I've been streaming this since, I don't know, 10:30 or something. I'll have a look at the summary. 447,890 tons, 66 ships sunk, 37 of them are subs. Never knew they had so many. 14. So what have I done? I did. Okay, so I've done mission 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've done 5 missions in this stream. Good. There's not a set number, but I think it's around mission 19 that the campaign ends, there or thereabouts. So if you continue to keep doing them, that is, not failing them. I've put a save in there, so I might go back to that save, but I'm going to try and just go back and see if I can put TLAMs in. I think I can. I mean, the thing is, this sub says it's got VLS down in the corner, but it doesn't. It's a 5th tube. When you fire whatever's in that 5th tube, it's it comes out the torpedo tubes. It doesn't launch vertically. Whether that's a bug in the I'll probably redo this because I've saved it. So I have TLAMs there. So how do I want to uninstall that? Unload. Can't unload it when it's in the torpedo tube. Yes, I can. Right, so I need 8 of these. I'm going to have 10 just to be on the safe side. I mean, I guess I just fire them out the torpedo tubes because I don't have a VLS, and it won't. I can't change that anyway. And I guess I just load with as many spearfish. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll end it there. I will try this TLAM submission maybe later today, or certainly tomorrow morning if not. So thanks for joining me. I'll try and do some Superpower 2. Maybe I'm going to probably get a little bit of lunch and we'll do some Superpower 2 probably in about an hour. We've taken over Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, and we're looking to take over maybe the rest of South America on Superpower 2 as the UK. Onwards to our global domination of the globe. And I might check in on World of Warships at some point today, see what's going on with the new stuff that's coming out on there. Anyway, thanks for joining me again. This is Lone Gamer UK. Please leave comments in the comment section. Please like, follow, subscribe my channels, and hope you enjoyed the video today. Take care. Bye.